2 years ago, we had an amazing event happen, 3 pilots being filmed in Hawaii at the same time, and I managed to do 2 of them. I did North Shore and I did Lost. I actually turned Lost down 3 different times. I said, what do you need a decorator for? It's about a plane crash. Little did I know what an important job I had. This episode we're doing upstate New York and the outback in Australia, besides our hatch and beach locations. So it's an unusual show from the standpoint of we're in a mansion one day and a beach the next day in a jungle. We're downtown, we're rural, and that's what's keeping the show in Hawaii. There really is no other place on this planet where you can be in that many locations within a one-day period. The trickiest thing is we never do Hawaii. We did Hawaii once for Jack's wedding, but it's this continual Iraqi, New Orleans, Los Angeles, Australia looks that we have to come up with. A little known fact is that probably 60 to 80% of what I do on the set is not seen. We kind of jokingly call our show the Talking Heads show because a lot of times that's it. In fact, sometimes you don't even see all of their face anymore. So I started a wall, my wall of fame or shame. I started posting all the photos of the sets that we had done from the first season, covering the walls in the production office. And part of that was because I seemed to be getting new bosses all the time. It was a point of pride to show what we had been doing. And part of it was that crew people actually came up and said, oh, where was that? Where was that? Because you never saw it on camera. That's just the nature of the business. It's unfortunate. You never know what they're going to show, so you do have to do all of it. The challenge for me, which is also one of the things I'm proudest of, is how much we have been able to find here locally and not bring in from LA. And that keeps the money in Hawaii, that keeps the other people in Hawaii helping to supply and work together to show them that we don't need to bring everything from LA. It's kind of a pride thing with me anyway, to show that we can do this locally. The biggest part of my job is making everybody happy with the look, whatever that look may be. It's what they like, what they want, what they need to create this scene that they're trying to set up. 20 years ago, I probably could have phoned this show in based on the number of resources we had available. There was a time when I could walk into CSWO and take anything off the floor I wanted. Now, even if you walk in there with a fistful of dollars, it's 3 to 5 days from the warehouse and you can only buy, you can't rent. So as far as sources go, it's very tough here finding things. Very seldom do the same thing twice. Every day is different. I can never complain about being bored. In the old days, 20 years ago on Magnum, I would work directly with the director. Now I work primarily with the production designer. There are directors that I've never even met. I tend to work more closely with him because he's presenting our look on behalf of the art department and the set dressing department. They have a very definite idea of the look of the show and where it's going, which none of us really know where it's going and what it is that they're doing. Sometimes they ask for things that we think are really absurd, and then we find out a few episodes later why it had to be that way or why they insisted that it be that way. I am one of now really just a handful of people that have been with the show from day one. The plane that arrived here was in pieces and it was reassembled, and my department had to reinstall the seats, recarpet, dress the plane along with the dead bodies that were in the plane. We basically outfitted the whole plane to make it look like a crashed plane. That was the cockpit portion. We had hundreds and hundreds of pieces of luggage from the Salvation Army that were then ignited and truly burned. We'd come home at night just covered in soot and God knows how many noxious fumes we breathed. But it was a real challenge on the pilot. J.J. Abrams, I just thought was like this excited little kid. I didn't even know who he was, and I thought, I just never seen anybody work like that. He was so enthusiastic and so excited about everything he was doing. And when I saw the pilot along with everyone else on the beach, I couldn't believe it. It was like watching an incredible feature, and I think all of a sudden we all knew the show was just going to be a hit, and I was so proud to be part of it. So yeah, I've stayed through thick and thin. I'm on my 5th boss, and I'm still here. The show speaks for itself. It's an amazing show.
Don't go away.
We'll be right back.